This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael. I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and I've seen American Scar, a short new documentary from director Daniel Lombroso, which focuses on the border between the United States and Mexico, the ongoing construction of a giant wall meant to defeat illegal immigration, and the unintentional and continually ignored effect that this has been having on the environment. The damage is twofold. Not only is the physical landscape being irreversibly altered, but so are the migration patterns of the wildlife, disrupting and cutting off their natural instincts and thus their entire way of life. Unfortunately, it seems that despite the best efforts of environmentalists, their concerns and activism falls upon deaf ears. This is a pretty dour outcome, I will say. It makes it a bit of a depressing experience as we go through the events, seeing both the seemingly ceaseless destruction of the land and the ignorance of those in charge who could stop it. It also results in a somewhat redundant film, going back and forth between the various details of the situation and those involved, without really progressing an actual story forwards. The movie does suffer from this as it ends up becoming a bit one-sided, focusing on the environmentalists and activists trying to share what is going on with others, without getting any comment from the other side, so to speak, even if an attempt to reach out were met with resistance or denial. That's not to say that the issue is something that needs debate, but it's more that there's at least some layer of context missing here, especially if that additional perspective could lead to a further response from the activists. Instead, what we get is pretty much just a chance for them to make their case with no limitations or counter-arguments. Granted, it's not necessarily in what they have to say that their arguments are given weight. They don't even have to say anything at all thanks to the amount of visual footage featured within this short, ranging from aerial drone shots of the border before, during, and after construction, to surveillance camera footage which shows just how the wildlife is hindered from obeying their natural instincts. This material is more than enough to show the effects, both short-term and long-term, which again makes this movie's insistence on the human perspective feel unnecessary. Informative, yes, but not necessarily as important as it wants to be, if that makes sense. Basically, this short just feels like a group of people talking about something that does better when it speaks for itself. American Scar, Daniel Lombroso, 2022. 2 stars. Like I said, if it were just the raw footage, I would say it's worth watching. The way that it is, I wouldn't recommend it. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. Again, I'm not saying that this short is all that bad. It's just, misguided. Is that the right word? Probably not. But you know what I mean.